What's going on, everyone? What is good? This is your guy, Pat Bernard, aka The Gobbler, aka Pat from Ambler, and I am with you live from the Edge of Philly Sports Studios. And sorry for the late morning here. I am here for Phil Stifle. Phil Stifle is out. He is on work duty, so I am filling in for him here on Trending in the AM. And I want to apologize to everybody. I know I was a little late coming into the show. Um, uh, Man, if anybody's dealt with the Blue Route, everyone knows the Blue Route is an hour away from Philadelphia, especially this time of the hour. So I do apologize for the late start, but I do want to say thank you to everyone. I hope everyone had a safe Memorial Day weekend. For the guys who don't know me, guys who are Trending in the AM fans, this is my first time hosting it. You guys know I've been on here with Phil for a few times. Guys who don't know me, I'm Pat Bernard. I do PM and the AM show with Mike Lauer on Sunday mornings, and I am also Edge of Philly Sports' beat reporter for the Philadelphia Union and Philadelphia Wings and NCAA lacrosse beat reporter. But anyways, a lot to get into. There's so much as far as Philadelphia sports. We have the Phillies going through a little bit of a bumpy road right now, going through some turbulence. We have so much. I want to also talk about the summer. It's getting kicked off. I want to talk about the Flyers and Sixers a little bit. Which one of these two franchises need to make a splash? And I also want to talk about dynasties, because there's a dynasty that was now second year in a row winning back-to-back championships in Philadelphia. It has nothing to do with Philadelphia sports. So I want to talk all of that and more. But let's start now. Like I said, this is Trending in the AM with your man, Pat Bernard. And like I said, filling in for Phil Stifle. So let's check, a whole lot. We have, like I said, a lot of Philadelphia sports to get talking to. Right now, here's your intro. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Again, it's your boy, Pat Bernard, in for Phil Stifle, checking in. And, like I said, a lot to get into. As far as Philadelphia sports. And right away, I'm going to start with the Phils, the Fighting Phils. Not much of a fight as of late. What's going on with the Fighting Phils? Going through some turbulence, especially with that starting pitching. As far as being on this road trip, up until now, the Fighting Phils, the starting pitching alone has given up 15 runs. It's been ugly. Let's talk about Taijuan Walker a little bit, getting thumped. His cutters are being recognizable by the batters at the plate, and they're thumping them for it. I mean, it was just an ugly walk, start for him. I mean, he's giving out walks to Matt Campaign. Patrick Bailey came up with a hit. Uh, that kid Matt Kuzma came up with a double. Brett Wisely came up with a single. I mean, the Giants already put this Phillies team in a hole, going up 3-0 at the bottom of the third. I mean, Kyle Schwarber then, he hits an inside fastball that was coming at him. Kyle Schwarber's been decent on this road trip so far. He's been playing actually a little bit better, coming up with some nice pops. Again, he hits a homer, inside fastball from Blake Snell, and takes that ball deep to right. We all thought it was going to the water. He's kind of bounced back a little bit. It's nice to see Kyle Schwarber kind of bounce back. Sosa, comes up with the triple. And then, Blake Snell throws the wild pitch. The Phillies have kind of made this a little bit of a ball game, only being down 1 run. Rojas, again, has a nice little pop, but it all got ugly after the Alec Bohm error at third. He makes an error at third, and that's kind of, again, the Taijuan Walker, again, struggling at the plate, struggling on the mound, rather. He gave up like 4 doubles yesterday. That's unacceptable. And I've been one of those guys who are not on the Taijuan Walker train. I've been one of those guys who are not a fan of Taijuan Walker. He doesn't do anything for me. And I don't get the love for him. I never did. Even when he was a Met last year, I thought the Phillies kind of waxed him. Listen. He really didn't even touch the postseason last year. He was eating seeds. He doesn't really bring nothing. Guys, are you worried that this Phillies team is kind of listen, we kind of expected at some point the other shoe was going to fall? Were you guys surprised at this? Are you guys surprised at this? That this Phillies team, the other shoe has dropped. We don't understand this team was going to go through a rough patch. Sounds a little muffled. Thanks, Sandman. I'll try to work on the difficulties as going through the show. But you guys tell me. What do you guys feel about the Phils? The Fightins? Are you guys impressed with the Fightins? Are you guys not impressed, but are you guys worried about the Fightins? The Phillies are not playing good baseball right now. Not on the road. And I understand, listen, you go to Colorado, usually a destination where the Phillies struggle. I don't know what it is about Colorado, but they struggle out there. And then you go to San Fran, another spot that the Phillies kind of been up and down on. And the Giants won yesterday, winning 8-4. I don't know what's going to happen. We need this team to kind of wake up again. We kind of expected this. So you guys tell me. But listen, and also I want you guys to tell me about your Memorial Day weekend. If you guys know me, I'm a big-time eater. Like to eat. What was your go-to meal? What was your plan of attack if you're at a Memorial Day weekend barbecue? Because I got to be honest with you. I got to go hot dog first. Hot dog's got to be the first overall draft pick. Then you go to number 2, the burger. 3, the deviled egg. You got to go deviled egg. 4, the pasta salad. If there's mac and cheese, there, you got to go mac and cheese. But I want to hear from you guys. I want to talk a little Phils with you. I want to talk about your Memorial Day weekend. How was it? Did you guys have a good time? I'm going to come back and more with a commercial break right now from Philly Sports Trips.
If you're a Philly sports fan and you want to travel with your favorite team, then travel with the best. If you want to travel with the pros, then go to phillysportstrips.com. Philly Sports Trips features premium travel and tailgating experiences for the best fans ever the Philadelphia sports fan. Philly Sports Trips has self-travel packages and full travel packages available with round-trip flights for Phillies, Eagles, Flyers, Sixers, and even the Union. They even offer day trips for more local games. Go to phillysportstrips.com, sign up immediately, and tell them EOP sent you. Do not forget, Philly Sports Trips has all the away trips for the Eagles' upcoming 2024 season, including the Brazil trip week 1. Jump on it now before you lose out on all these great opportunities. Go to phillysportstrips.com and don't miss the next great Philly sports moment.
Hey, we are back. We are live right here. I am back in the Edge of Philly Sports studio. Here it goes. We're still talking about this. Umpires was cheating in Colorado. Didn't they toss Harper for no reason? Yes. And so I've been listening to everyone talk about to put in robo umpires, put robots in. And listen, I don't know what happened at the plate then. It was dumb on Bryce Harper as one of the leaders of this team. They're going to toss his helmet into the ground. That was dumb. Though there was a little exchange between Bryce Harper and the ump. I don't know what was said there. Listen, Harper ain't no saint, okay? I know we want to believe it because he's our guy. He's been MVP and all this stuff. We've seen that he can't do anything wrong. Harper is no saint with his mouth. He might have said something to the ump that got him ejected. And where everyone's looking to blame the ump here. I don't know. I don't know what was said. But, I mean, I can't see an ump. The ump already took it off when you slammed your helmet to the ground. And Harper should know better. And listen, it was a bad strike call, absolutely. I'll give Harper, but you got to act a little bit more professional than that. As one of the leaders of this team, you got to act a little bit more professional. And you just got to take it, a punch on the chin sometimes, and just got to roll with it. And that's sums it up. I mean, like, again, I get it. People are going to be, because it's Harper, and I get it. But, Harper should act a little bit more mature and slam his helmet into the ground. You want to do that in the dugout, that's a different story. Or have a conversation with your teammates. Say, hey, listen, about the umps, about his strike zone. But come on. What's up, Carol? The Phillies can lose every game for a month and still be the playoff because at the NL it's just terrible. Probably the worst it's been in 50 years. You're probably right. It hasn't been great. And listen, like you said, the Phillies are playing head and shoulders. And like I said, right now, currently on this road trip, they've been going through a bumpy ride. It hasn't been pretty. Things could be a lot better. It sucks. But, we all knew the offense could battle this, could play very, very well. They are still one of the best, again, best team in baseball. The little thing, the little bumpy road they're going through now could be turned around. Can be turned around. I'm still not worried about this team, even though they're going through some stuff right now. I'm not worried about it. It's again, they lost what, 3 out of 4 games. No biggie. This is the first time in a long time that we lost a series. Come on, and I hope not everyone's sweating bullets. Relax. I have plenty of belief in this team. It's going to turn this little thing around. We're not going to win every game. Relax. Sandman disagrees. Goes, nah, Harper wouldn't have acted like that if he didn't ask the umpire first. Kept changing the strike. Yeah, listen, the strike zones are going to change, and like I said, that's where the ump is wrong. And listen, the umps are not going to always get it right, but you got to, like, again, Sandman, you got to show a little bit better. You got to show a little bit more maturity at the plate. Can't be winging your helmet either. You already got a fine for it. And like I said, I don't know if there was a little chatter, the communication we didn't hear. But at the end of the day, the ump's the ump. He polices the game. And just, like I said, it was a bad call. My man Phil chimed in and he goes, I didn't know you knew so much about. Boy. Sorry there, Phil. But anyway, again, guys, this is like I said, this is an honor. My man Phil checking into the show. It's an honor, filling for him. Of course, he's out there on work duty. So, again, oh shoot. Like I said, he's out on work duty, doing his thing right here for Edge of Philly Sports. So, guys, again, this is. I want to hear from you guys as far as about the Phillies. What's your take? What's your take on the Phillies? Because I can't grasp this team. This is a really good comment here. The rules say you can't argue about balls and strikes in most cases. The players get away with it, but not this time. Yeah. And you can't. And listen, Bryce was right. I mean, the strike was low and away, and the strike zone changed. Strike zones, it was the ump's call at the end of the day. At the end of the day, it belongs to the ump, whether you agree with it or disagree with it. It was at the end of the day. Look, the ump made the call. But listen, we can't just sit here and well, I want to know what you guys. I mean, listen, that was Saturday, but what happened yesterday? What's happened to the Fighting Phils? Taijuan Walker. Giving up 6 runs. Giving up 6 runs. Gave up 4. Gave up 9 hits. It's unbelievable. This was bad. 4 Ks. This was really bad. Sandman checking in again. He goes, only need 4 starting pitchers for the playoffs. If Walker can't find his stuff by the trade deadline, then just make a trade. Okay. You know what, Sandman, I'm going to, I would like to send him to the bullpen. I like to send him to the bullpen and bring up Matt Strom. I think Matt Strom has deserved it. I think Matt Strom has been playing really, really, really well out of the bullpen. I like to give it a shot. I like to send Taijuan Walker to the bullpen. I know it's something you didn't sign up for. But it's like I said, it's something I would like to give a try. But like I said, man, the Titans have to figure this out. They're starting pitching. They must figure this out. The starting pitching needs to, because like I said, this was a winnable game. And they got away from this team. I thought this team was going to bounce back. I thought the offense was going to, get some runs going. But it's going to show you that when you start games out in a 3-0 hole, it's going to be tough to climb out of. I mean, look at the other day with Ranger Suarez. Same kind of deal. Gives up a home run to Ryan McMahon. Now, Ranger had 9 Ks to go along with it, but the offense is not always going to bail you out. And it's tough at times. It's really tough. So, guys, again, if you're checking in, this is Trending in the AM show. I'm filling in for Phil Stifle. This is an honor, a privilege. Like I said, I got the chance to work with Phil Stifle a few times. Great man. And honor that he came to ask me to fill in for the show. So, but let's get back to talking to Phillies. Let's talk about the pitching staff that's been a little bit of abysmal, a little bit of a problem moving forward. And I can't figure out what's like, are you guys showing panic? Are you guys concerned about this Phillies team? I'm still not worried at all. I still feel like the Phillies are going to turn this thing around. And they will. They'll get it together. No harm, no foul. They're going to be just fine. So again, just look at. I mean, like I said, you look at this Phillies team overall body of work. Like I said, it's good to see Kyle Schwarber kind of bounce back a little bit. He's been hitting the ball pretty decent as of late. Rojas is doing his thing. He's becoming more and more aggressive base runner. Sosa with the triple yesterday. So again, there's a couple good things you could take away from this game. Again, setting the tone yesterday was JT Realmuto with the double. I mean, again, there's some positivity you could take away from the game, but like I said, you when the team puts you in a hole, the starting pitching, it's not like it's just that they were thumping Taijuan Walker on the plate. I mean, his cutters, his upper cutters, up and cutter fastball, and they were dinging on it. The Giants were dinging on it. Colorado was dinging on it. It's a team that's had this team's Phillies number for a while. It's one of those places they can't. I don't know. They can't play in. Right. Sandman was right. High latitude in Colorado. Pitchers need to be in shape. Yeah, they do. It's a different animal dealing with Colorado. It's different. So, and I get it. Colorado is not a contender in the NL. But we all know this Phillies team struggles out there. Same thing. Same thing with San Fran. We've had our ups and downs out there in San Fran. It happens. It's like I said, we're not going to win them all. I feel like this team's going to turn around today. They got Walker on the mound today. I mean, how do you guys feel? Let me ask you, are you guys panicked about this Phillies team? And if so, like the Sandman said, do they need to make a trade? What needs to change? Are you guys worried about Taijuan Walker? Is this who he is? Can he get better? Like I said, I never had an itch for the guy. He never wowed me. Even when he was with the Mets, I thought the Phillies tuned him up every time he came here. He's never done anything for me. There's a reason why he didn't get a sniff of the postseason. A sniff. There's a reason. But I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear from everyone. If you guys still want to talk about Harper not playing, again, getting a fine. If you guys think that we need robotic umpires, home plate umpires, then so be it. I mean, listen, thought it was a strike, and you can agree to disagree whether it's a bad call. That's on you. But and listen, Harper felt it was a bad call, and his anger got the best of him. Like I said, I don't know what the chatter was at the home plate, but for the home ump to throw you out, it had to have been something. He probably said something smart, and probably looking to take it back. He probably didn't mean it the way he came out, and the ump the home ump wasn't going to have enough of it. He probably realized, listen, I didn't make and you don't need to hear about it. So again, I want to hear you guys. What's your feed on Mr. Harper? Are you guys worried about this team? Are you guys worried about the starting pitching? Are you guys worried about the starting pitching? Giving up 15 runs on this road trip so far. Nola's been playing really, really well. That's been the best piece of the pitching, but everything else has been crap. It's been horrible. I mean, again, gave up 15 runs. 15. And matter of fact, there's a stat right here that I wrote down. What's that? Ranger gave up. He's given up 2. Like I said, he gave the only 2 runs he gave up. Like I said, Taijuan Walker yesterday gave up 6. Or I mean, not good. Not good from your starting pitching. Not good. Starting pitching needs to be better. Starting pitching needs to be better. Can't be putting this team in the hole if you want to win baseball games. And I don't think a lot of Phillies fans are concerned. I don't think a lot of Philly fans are bothered or annoyed with this team. Because the team's been, like I said, it's we're coming up on June. We realized what this team was for the last couple of years. We've been chasing the Braves. Heck, 2 years ago this time, we were plummeting, getting ready to hit the basement. As a matter of fact, we were getting ready to hit 12 games out of first. Think about that. And we came battling back. So, if you guys want to weigh in, and again, I want to hear about your Memorial Day, your vacation. How was it? What's your go-to meal? If you guys know me, I'm an eater, big time eater. What was the one plate that's kind of overrated to you? Like, be honest with you, I can't do the pasta salad. I think pasta salad's a little bit overrated. Not pasta salad, I'm sorry, potato salad. I think potato salad's a little bit overrated. I think that's like the one thing you don't really need at a Memorial Day barbecue. I think everything else is just fine. Yeah, pasta salad, yes. Potato salad, no. Hot dogs, burgers, baked beans, deviled eggs, pulled pork, ribs, mac and cheese. All that's fine. All that's commentary, all that's fine. That's all but potato salad, you can leave out. I don't need potato salad. So I want to hear from you guys. But listen, when we get back, we're going to do a commercial break. When I get back, I'm going to talk a little bit of Flyers and Sixers and which one of these two franchises need to make a big, big splash. When we get back here and more in 60 seconds.
When you're staying local and you want to watch a great game or just hang out with some great people, go to Dolan's Bar at 24 East Sellers Ave in Ridley Park, right off I-95 south of the Philadelphia airport. For over 65 years, Dolan's has thrived because of one reason: the amazing people of Philadelphia. Great music, great times, memorabilia, giveaways, great drinks, and great food. You never know when a former Philly sports icon walks through that door. You go to Dolan's at 24 East Sellers Ave, Ridley Park in the 19078. Tell PJ that EOP sent you. Go to dolansbar.com or follow them on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok.
And guys, if you guys were at Dolan's Bar this weekend, I know they had the Wifflemania. John Kruk, Mickey Morandini. I've seen the pictures on social media with our team. Mike Lauer was in the house. Big Sal. Taking photos with those guys. Philly sports guy, my man Jamie was in the house. Great stuff. Great stuff. But, all right, guys. Well, listen. It is the official start to summer. And I need to know from you guys, who will make a big, big splash this summer? 76ers or your Philadelphia Flyers? Who needs to make a big splash? Kind of talk about their season in a whole. Flyers shocked a lot of people. Played extremely well. Has schedule. Bottomed out at the tail end of their season, knowing that not having a goaltender between the pipes, the whole Carhart situation rose. And Sam Harrison did what he could to carry this team on his back, and came a little too much. I mean, Felix Armstrong was just not the answer. Danny Briere has some work to do. Has some work to do with this team and Keith Jones. But I mean, we've got tons of patience for the Flyers. Tons of patience. 76ers, on the other hand, it all goes back to Joel Embiid. It all goes back to Joel Embiid and his health. Whether or not this guy can stay healthy, whether or not this guy has a limit on his success. When on the court, we all know he's the best basketball player on the planet. But, the injuries have caught up. The injuries have caught up with this man. Knee injury was the worst thing. It all goes back to that Golden State game when he rushed himself to get back on the court. And many of us, Sixer fans, were all waiting for the worst to happen. And it did. His knee, so forth. Rushes back to get back for the playoffs. And mind you, if it wasn't for him, the 76ers won't even see the playoffs this year. Let's keep that a fact here. Let's be real with one another. With a 75% Joel Embiid came back and played. Now, again, he did show you he wasn't he wasn't dominating the paint. Opponents weren't fearing him in the paint. And it's funny because, like I said, I mentioned at the beginning of the show that I am a Philadelphia Edge of Philly Sports beat reporter. I was in the press box yesterday at the link covering NCAA Final Four. And I was in there with a Knicks beat reporter. And I called, me and Mike Lauer, I like to call the Knicks Nova North. And he responded by calling South Philly MSG South. Because the New York fans take over this building. Which is a slap in the face of us. It's a slap in the face of me. Because it's true. Past 2 years, Ranger fans have come down the Wells Fargo Center and took over took over the stadium. Knicks fans, through the course of this run, have taken over the Wells Fargo Center. It bothers me. I'm not going to lie. But, so this summer is going to come up. How can those two franchises be fixed? Flyers and 76ers. And you look at free agency, and you go through it. I went through, Flyers free agent, the NHL free agency. A couple of names were, standing out. Sam Reinhart, Jake Guentzel. A couple of big names. A couple of big wingers. Loaded wingers. Steve Stamkos. I doubt the Flyers are bringing it. Yeah, Matt Duchene's going to be out there. But, we need to get a serviceable goalie. Frederick Anderson from the Carolina Hurricanes is going to be out there. Now that, my friend, that opens my eye. That, my friend, opens my eye. Now that's somebody I like to get in here. We need, sorry if I butcher his name, because I butcher, especially when it comes to hockey names. Semyon Varlamov from the Islanders is going to be available. That's someone else I'd like to get in here too. Believe it or not, Panthers backup goaltender and former Flyer Alex Lyon is going to be he's going to be out there. I don't know if I want to kick the tires on that. Brian Elliott, another former Flyer backup goaltender for Tampa Bay Lightning, is going to be out there. I'm okay with that. 38 years old. But the two guys I mentioned, especially Frederik Andersen from Carolina, is somebody I'd like to bring in here. And if you guys have a wish list for the Sixers as well, if you know there's a couple free agents that you want to see the Sixers go grab in the summer, put them right here in the comments. Bron is going to be available. Do you grab them? Are you willing to kick the tires on LeBron? At this point in his career. I mean, there's going to be a couple of the Sixers free agents, or it's again, Mo Bamba will be out here. He's a free agent. Nick Batum will be a free agent. Patrick Beverley will be a free agent. Miles Bridges will be a free agent. Al Burke. So there's a handful of names that are going to be Markelle Fultz. I guess nobody wants Tobias Harris back, but that's okay. Man, I don't think no one's signing up for another run with Tobias Harris. But I mean, if you guys have a free agent that you guys like to bring in here, let's talk about it. Malik Beasley will be a free agent as well. I mean, you guys tell me, who needs to make a big splash here? The bigger splash. Flyers, Sixers. Do the Phillies need to make a splash as far as making some trades? What Philadelphia team needs to make a splash here? I'd love to hear from you. Does any of these does the Flyers or Sixers make a splash? Do they make a move? Does Daryl Morey or Danny Briere make a move? I'm curious to know what your guys' thoughts are. How would you fix this 76ers team? How would you fix it? Can it be fixed? Is this going to be the last of the Embiid window? Is this going to be one more his last go around as a 76er? What needs to be fixed? How can we be every year we look at the 76ers team and we say right away Eastern Conference Finals run, and we never pan out there. We never get there. And I get it. The Joel Embiid injury infected this team heavily. For you guys who want to trade him, you saw it. You saw it, right? You saw the 6 weeks you didn't have of him, how this team plummeted. You saw it. But now it's like a catch-22 because we need him out there, but he's limited as far as going anywhere because of the stack of injuries that he has. Now with him getting a little older, it's starting to hurt. What? Like I said, I want to know what's your guys' take. Sandman, Sixers need an alpha male. Joel can't lead a team in the playoffs. Ooh. Sandman. Good point. He can't because he's not there. No, it sucks. He does need another counterpart. It's me and a beat reporter from Baltimore were talking about it yesterday. We're talking about JoJo, and it sucked because they didn't really have a perimeter shooter. I mean, Kelly Oubre was great low in the paint. Again, getting tons of rebounds for this team. Buddy Hield it, and he had like he had one good game in the playoffs. Really didn't pan out the way I thought he was going to pan out. And what else do you really have? What else was this team? And you saw it without Joel Embiid. What this team do? They relied on any opposing defense. What they do? They want to shut down Maxey. They were looking to shut down Maxey. So again, it's a tough business here. We have a lot going on with the 76ers team. And not just them, but the Philadelphia Flyers too. Like, everyone around here is protecting them. And I get it. They shocked a lot of people. Had a schedule. The better pieces are yet to come. We're just getting a little bit of an appetizer. But I hold them to accountability as well. Because you change things. Like if this, like again, I cannot stop preaching about this. If this team was going to be a bottom feeder, then I would have no problem with them stinking it up and just looking for some big plays. But this team was in a playoff run, a playoff contender for 3/4 of their season. Then they bottomed out against bad teams. Montreal, Chicago. I mean, really bad NHL teams. And everyone goes back to saying, well, they weren't supposed to. No, you changed it. So I got to hold them accountable. I just would like to see a serviceable backup goalie. I look for the Flyers to go out and make a splash. And I get it. Michkov. Everyone's waiting for Michkov to come here. Then I guess we'll start playing some. I don't know. But listen, Travis Konechny had a good year. Owen Tippett had a good year. The captain of this team, the worst thing they could have done is make that kid Coots captain. And I get it. He deserves it because he's like the longest tenure Flyer. I get it. But this team played better without a captain. John Tortorella showed that. So, again, guys, I want to hear from you. Who needs to make a big splash here? Who you guys want to see make a big splash? The Flyers or the 76ers? During free agency. Are you with me? Flyers need to go get themselves a serviceable goaltender. What can the 76ers do? Who's out there that you'd like to see them bring in? I mean, I want a sniper from the perimeter. Someone's going to just jack threes all day long. Consistently. I just want to see someone just unload from the perimeter. But let me get into a quick commercial break. I'll be right back. I still have tons and tons to talk about.
If you get hurt at work, in a motor vehicle accident, personal injury, or affected by criminal law, you call David R. Cherry of the Cherry Firm. Cherry Law Firm is here to fight for you and get what you deserve. Cherry Injury Law is a dedicated, well-established personal injury law firm built on the promise of aiding the seriously injured throughout the state of Pennsylvania. If you have been seriously injured in the state of PA by the negligence of another, and if you have questions for a Westchester or media personal injury attorney, please don't hesitate to call. Call 610-565-0300 or go to cherryinjurylaw.com. Let David R. Cherry fight for your right. And again, that number is 610-565-0300 or go to cherryinjurylaw.com.
All right, guys, back with you some Philadelphia sports talk here on Trending in the AM. So, guys, a lot to talk about here. A lot to talk about. Free agency, Phillies baseball kind of going through some turbulence. Losing 3 out of 4 on this West Coast swing. Big question I got for everyone here. Who needs to make a bigger splash this summer? Flyers or 76ers? If the Flyers want to play like playoff contenders, I need them to start thinking like playoff contenders. Don't use this excuse now. Oh, we're waiting for Michkov. No. You got to this point. Let's start going. Start moving forward a little bit. I'm tired of waiting. I've been waiting this process with the 76ers. I've waited a long time, and it's gotten me nowhere. Got me the same spot, a second-run knockout. I'm tired of waiting. I'm an impatient man. You should see me on 76. I have no patience. Sandman checking in. Says Sixers need a vital scorer, a three-point shooter, are easy to defend because you know they are not going to go to the rim. Yes. Well, like I said, that's one thing about Kelly Oubre. He was able to get to the rim. And listen, at times, Kyle Lowry helped this team with his three-point play. Cameron Payne helped this team out with his three-point play. But I need a more consistent shooter. And is it me or are we officially done with this with the B-Ball Paul show? I'm done. I've seen enough. I mean, if there was one player I wouldn't want to see go, I mean, he helped out. Was Nick Batum. I know, I get it. He's an older player, but when he had time and spacing from the corner, he was knocking him down. He was knocking him down. He was tremendous. But I mean, outside of him, really, I mean, the three-point play really hurt this team. You know, you had Anthony Milton. You know, he got injured and back in January, and you know, we really got no word from him, and he was kind of like in and out. Rocco got injured, and we never saw him again. So I mean, and you were talking about someone who played defense. They're saying, man, Rocco actually had a decent perimeter defense game. To me, anyway. I thought he was a great wing defender. So, again, 76ers need work. The Flyers need work. Are you guys like me with this Flyers team? Are you guys getting impatient? What names do you want to see the Flyers bring in here? Are you guys just going to let it build through the farm system? Who do you want the Flyers to go out there in free agency to grab? Hop on the text board here. Hop in. Chime into the show. Training in AM. Monday through Fridays. And again, an honor to be hosting Training in AM. Trying to do my best for Phil Steifel. That guy's a workhorse. That guy is a workhorse. Monday through Friday. I really do enjoy his work. But anyway, and again, guys, give me your go-to move at the Memorial Day barbecue. What'd you guys do? Were you like me? Had the pool going for the kids? You know, it was a relaxed situation. You know, had the pool going, family, the whole nine. Enjoyed it. Got myself, like I said, just eating like a champion all weekend. Eating like a champ. But like I said, the potato salad. Can we subtract potato salad out? This is what service does the potato salad do? Doesn't do me any good. I want it out. And like I said, guys, we're talking a whole lot more. And another conversation I'm going to bring up here in a little bit. I'm going to talk about dynasties. And when's the Philadelphia Sports going to get the next dynasty? I'm going to talk about that a little bit. But like I said, guys, and ladies who are checking into the show, it's the Flyers and 76ers, though, have to make a move. I need them to impress me this summer. Make a splash. And I don't know what Danny Briere has up his sleeve this summer. I don't know what Daryl Morey has up his sleeve. Are you guys excited that Bron is going to be a free agent? Are you willing to kick the tire on Bron? Who are you willing to kick the tires on? And the Flyers as well. Got some old veteran guys who are going to be hitting the free agency market. A lot of wingers. I mean, some noticeable names out there. Sam Reinhart, right winger. He usually causes the Flyers tons of problems. I like to bring him in here. Jake Gunsel, left winger, former Penguin, went to the Panthers. He's going to be available. They said Steve Stamkos might be testing the waters for free agency. Matt Duchene will be out there. So there's a lot of offense going to be out there. But I need them to see – first thing I need the Flyers to do is bring me a goaltender. Bring me a goaltender. A proven commodity. I need to see it. I need to see it done. So, like I said, we have a lot to get into, and like I said, I'm really about to start talking about dynasties here, in just a sec. But I need it. I need this team. I need both winter teams to start making moves. Both winter teams to start making moves. I need it. Like this hockey team, like I said, there's going to be a bunch of guys. I mean, can you imagine seeing like the Sam Reinharts and Owen Tippett? Excuse me. And Owen Tippett matched on the same line. I mean, that would be sensational. But I need them to bring in a serviceable commodity as a goaltender. This team is good as a goaltender. And you need one. You need Sam Harrison to have a break where they can bring in a serviceable backup. Or a starter. I don't know if Sam Harrison is a starter in this league. And I love Sam Harrison. I've been on the Sam Harrison train for a long time, but I'm just going to give you the reality of the movie. I don't know if he's a starter in this league. But let me go before one more. I want to talk about dynasties. And before I talk about dynasties, let me get into share tickets.
Great moments don't just happen, they happen with you in the crowd. Sherry'sTickets.com is easy to use and has no hidden fees. The price you see is the price you pay. Pay less, play more with Sherry'sTickets.com and get the tickets you want. Save even more by using the exclusive promo code EOP10 and share an experience that will live on. Don't pay hidden fees and save 10%. Why use any other ticket reseller and get those hard-to-come-by tickets to the big game? If you need a more personal touch, give them a call at 610-494-5050. Sherry'sTickets.com also has great theater and concert tickets that are hard to get your hands on. Remember, don't overpay with the rest and save with the best at Sherry'sTickets.com. For that next great moment, save 10% by using the promo code EOP10. Great moments start at Sherry'sTickets.com.
All right, guys. Sorry about that. Just had to make a quick bathroom run. Again, I'm here to talk about dynasties. And yesterday, something went down in Philadelphia. That has nothing to do with Philadelphia sports. But since I cover NCAA lacrosse in their Final Four, a school by Notre Dame has now won back-to-back championships here in South Philly. And it kind of got me thinking. And I want to ask the people out there. Like, you look at a team like a school like Notre Dame and a team like Notre Dame. They are liked or hated. And you only fall on two sides of the fence. There's no like, it's not a team I worry about, a team I don't care about. But what is it about like franchises that make you love them or hate them? And like I said, a lot of people around here, big time Notre Dame fans. Love Notre Dame. And there's other people that can't stand Notre Dame. But you look at professional sports. The Cowboys. People love their Cowboys, or people hate the Cowboys. And sports hate's not real hate. It's a weird dynamic, and I look at them like, when is a Philly team going to become a dynasty? Like, Phillies are feeling good now. I mean, I don't know what they're going to look like in October. They were on the doorstep 2 years ago. They've been in the playoffs. It's been nice. But I need to see a world championship come through here. I thought the Eagles, after winning their first Super Bowl, were going to become a dynasty. And again, 2 years ago, we were knocking on the doorstep. Fell short. I mean, you guys tell me, when's a dynasty team going to come through this town? And why is it's a likable, hateable thing? You know, I think when Golden State was winning their championships, everyone seemed to like it because everyone was liking Steph Curry. Until, you know, he got KD went over there. Kind of, I don't know, didn't do that. But everybody liked the Splash Brothers. Everyone loved the Splash Brothers at the time. The Patriots, people loved Tom Brady or they couldn't stand Tom Brady. But again, he built New England a franchise, a collective championships, whether you like them or not. And I think everyone's coming around like, yeah, that's the best quarterback of all time. And then there's still, believe it or not, there's still some older guys out there that I've talked to. Still, I don't know if it's the lack of knowledge in sports, but they still hold on to this Joe Montana thing. It's crazy. That they still believe Montana's better than Brady. And they're not going to let it go. Well, Brady wouldn't be able to play in this area. Stop. Brady's the best quarterback of all time. Whether you like it or not. The rings say it all. So, but I mean, again, when's Philly going to get the next become a dynasty? Who do you think is going to be a dynasty franchise in Philadelphia? In a weird way, in a sight glass, I see this Flyers team coming through. I see this Flyers team of them all. I mean, I still have. I mean, with Howard Roseman, you can't count him out. He's done a tremendous job. Once he moved on from the Nick Foles and Carson Wentz era, and brought in Jalen, done a wonderful job. But I need to see a dynasty team in Philadelphia sports. Like we have, and I know people are going to say, well, it's the four major sports, but I mean, still, if you want to count Union and Wings, and now the Water Dogs will be happening this weekend. But still, I need to see a dynasty because I watched this Notre Dame team win back-to-back championships here in Philadelphia. We're at the link. And it just made me wonder, like, when are we going to get that? When can we see multiple parades? Now, last time we saw multiple parades was with Villanova basketball. But, I mean, as a professional sports team, I have yet to see it. And I know the Flyers are the only ones, 74 and 75, that do it. But, I mean, come on, man. We're talking about 50 years ago. I mean, the names are coming off the cup. I need to see it. I want to see it done. Now, we almost had it with the Phillies back with 08 and 09. But, I mean, I want to see a dynasty. I want to know what it's like to beat Boston. I want to know what it's like. I want to know. I want to have that feel. When are we going to be like Boston? I want to see. I want to see it. So, guys, chime in with me. One, my question is, why do we hate or love dynasty teams? And two, my question is, when is Philadelphia going to have a dynasty team? Who's going to be the next dynasty team? I mean, the Flyers are trending upwards. The 76ers look like they are trending down at this current time. The Eagles look like and listen, we always get hyped about the draft and the schedule and the free agency, but the Eagles left a bad taste in my mouth. This Philadelphia Eagles team left a bad taste in my mouth. Last 5 weeks of football, this team looked like crap. The team looked horrible. So where are you guys? Where are you guys with Philadelphia sports right now? I mean, who is going to be the next dynasty team? I need to know. Phillies could be, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's the Phils. Maybe it's the Titans. They got to win one first. You got to win one. Harper needs to win one here. He needs to finish his story and win one here. It would be nice. We need to get a dynasty team going here, rock and roll. Because, like I said, I witnessed yesterday, back to back, Notre Dame, which is notorious known for their football and hockey programs, have not won, but 2 back-to-back here in South Philly. Right in my own backyard. We got a comment here, checking into the show, really. But yeah, I mean, I want to know. I want to know from you guys who's going to be another dynasty team here. This is a good point. A very good point by the Sandman. A dynasty team has to have a all-time great player to lead them. Who is that all-time great player in Philly? Currently, yeah. Well, let's go around the horn. Let's go about the upcoming players too. Let's start with the Philadelphia Eagles. You have Jalen. You have an aging defense. Well, I mean, Brandon Graham, but you have those guys. But I mean, still, I mean, you look at Jalen leading this team, being a leader, and what can he do? I mean, again, still a puppy, but got us to a Super Bowl 2 years ago. Was 10-1 at some point last year, and then bottomed out. Can't have that. And then you have the 76ers. We all know the story there. I broke it down. Joel Embiid's health is still up in the air. If this guy could come back 100, like I know I've talked with Dives here, and I know I've talked with Sean Bernard and Mitch, and we all talk about, and Al. We all talked about when Joel becomes healthy. When we just pack in until Joel. But when are we going to get a healthy Joel Embiid? And now, you had a couple of years now. If you really want to trade this guy, you could have. But it would have been like a catch-22. Damn if you do, damn if you don't. Because now I feel like his value is not going to be the same. His trade value is not there. But again, leadership. And Sandman, you might be right. Sixers' lack of leadership. That's why they keep on bringing. I don't know. Maybe that's why they had Tobias Harris for so long. Maybe he's a great off-the-court guy that they love, as far as being a veteran leadership. So we know he stinks on the court, but maybe that's why they keep him around, because he maybe does a great job talking to the young guys. And then you go around to the Phillies, right? You got Harper. Harper being he's the face of their franchise, and like I said, we needed him to bring it in, and I don't know. Like I said, him slamming the helmet, and like I said, I don't know what the conversation was between him and the home umpire. Maybe he did say something smart, but again, that's not you're the leadership, dude. This team needs you out there every day. Flyers don't have a leader. They don't have a leader. I mean, Travis Konecny is a good piece, but I mean, Coots has been there for a long time, but still, that team's hurting. That team's hurting. So, but yeah, guys, I mean, I want to hear from you guys. I mean, Who's going to be another? Who's a dynasty piece for you? Who is going to be the next dynasty team in the Philadelphia sports? Who do you believe in? If you had a crystal ball in front of you, who do you believe that's going to be the next guy? Who's going to be the next team? Who's going to be the next team in Philadelphia sports? I don't know. We've come close, but no cigar. Again, you look 2 years ago, a little bit embarrassing to be honest with you. You had 3 teams knocking on the door, not one of them could capitalize. With the Eagles, Phillies, and Union, 3 teams, and we've yet to be back. But I mean, right now, I think the Phillies. I mean, because just going off the record, it feels like that team. It just has that feel to it, But they need to win one first, and like I get, they're going through a little bit of a bumpy road, some potholes on the road, but they'll fix it. They'll get it right, and see if they can be able to cash in. They need to turn around. I mean, at some point, Nick Castellanos is going to start swinging the bat well. Like I said, Schwarber's been fine on this road trip. If you're looking for bright spots, Sosa. But the starting pitching, and I'm going to leave Nola alone. It's not really Nola. I mean, you had other guys not stepping up. I mean, Ranger Ranger had 9 Ks, but I mean, he put this team in a hole. Taijuan Walker was sloppy yesterday. Gave up 6 runs, 9 hits, and only 4 Ks. Not good. Not good at all. Blake Snell had 7 Ks. He was 5 hits. He gave up 5 hits, 4 runs. Of course, he gave up the one towering home run to Kyle Schwarber there. But again, if the Phillies are something I'm not worried about, I believe they're going to turn this thing around. It's still way too early. I'm not biting my nails yet on this team. I'm not. It's stupid to get worried about this team. They've been dominating baseball. And I don't think they run out of gas or nothing. Like I said, this team has that feel to it that they're going to turn things around. It's ebb and flows of baseball. You hit some rough patches, you'll bounce back. That's it. And guys, one more before change any more topics here. Philadelphia, here goes Edge of Philly Sports lineup for the week. Again, today, of course, you're with me, Training in AM, Fairway to Heaven, the Kelly Green Hour, the Birds Around Talk, Chalk Talk, and of course, the Fighting's Final. Yeah, so much more. But anyway, guys, like I said, dynasties. I need to see one here. I need to see one. It's been way too long. These playoff runs with the Phillies have been fun, been exciting. Selling out Simpson Bank Park. It's been great. But I need to see them capture at least one. Capture it. I mean, don't get me wrong. The Andy Reid era was great. made one Super Bowl appearance. That was it. I mean, that was really like, I mean, and you had the Phillies, the Charlie Manuel, um, again, winning one World Series, won back to a World Series, and then, a couple more playoff runs, and that would be it. But I mean, and then it wasn't really much after that. Like, so it's been a long time. Since it's been a long time since we had a serious, again, Phillies are a contender. The Phillies are a contender. But this is still, we're going into June. We are on a quarter of a way, more than a quarter of a way of MLB season, and the Phillies are a contender. But there's still a lot of baseball that's going to, that's being played. Things can change. This team can run out of fuel. And that's what worries about me with this Phillies franchise. The Eagles, also a hot start. But it was a questionable. We had a feeling one was going to bottom out. There was, to me, and I want to say I could speak for Matty B, that we kind of felt it was going to bottom out. We were waiting for them to finally crush that one egg because they were walking on eggshells. We were waiting for the one to break. And it did, and they didn't know how to respond. After they got punched in the face by the Niners, they just couldn't get up themselves off the canvas. The Philadelphia Flyers had a good run. But like I mentioned earlier, the whole Carter Hart situation arose to the surface. And it was only a matter of time before they were going to bottom out. Before there was going to be no more gas in the tank. Because in hockey, you need a goaltender to succeed. You can have all the offensive pieces that you want. You can have a great defense in front of you, but you need a goaltender to survive in hockey. And the Flyers desperately need one. Flyers need one now. Sixers, they like the Sandman said, they need to find themselves an alpha. They need to find themselves another alpha out there. I mean, Tyrese Maxey's been great. They've been a 1-2 punch through the course of the year, but once the injury caught up with Joel Embiid, it was all she wrote. It was all she wrote. And again, guys, this has just been, it's been tough. It's been tough. It's been tough. Like I said, I'm enjoying the Phillies run now, and that's what worries about me. And I know they've been going through a little bit of a rough patch right now, dealing with that starting pitching. But I don't think this. I think deep down we all feel like this Phillies team can do something here. I just don't want them to be like the Braves. I don't want them to be like the Dodgers. You make a great run, and then come playoff time, postseason time, you're out of fuel. The Braves, the Dodgers, great regular season champions. Great regular season champions. But come postseason time, those teams are cooked. They have nothing left in the fuel tank. Twice in a row, the Phillies have gotten the better of the Braves. I just hope the roles don't go in reverse, where somehow the Braves sneak into the postseason and knock us out. Then it will become the laughing joke. Don't need that. So, guys, again, if you're checking into the show for the first time, I am your guy, Pat Bernard. Phil's not here today. Again, he's working, doing some other duties. So I was honored that he asked me to fill in for him. Truly honored. This has been a blast. And again, you guys, you can check me out PM and the AM show right here on Edge of Philly Sports every Sunday morning at 9 o'clock. And also the Attacking Third, Thursdays at 9 o'clock, talking some Union soccer. Yes, do a full hour of Union soccer. So if you Trenton and AEM fans who don't know much about Union soccer, I suggest give that show a check out. We do an awesome job. And, of course, guys, we're going to be doing a lot of word dog work for all across all the time. So, yeah, a lot of, I keep myself busy. So I got plenty of work to do. But, again, guys, before I wrap up the show, no one's yet to chime in and tell me about their Memorial Day weekend barbecue plate. I want to hear. I want to hear what you had. Did you throw something new in there? Did you add something? Maybe you put something in the recipe that I don't know about. Maybe you came up with a hidden gem that I need to know about. Again, potato salad. Does it need to be there? Really? Is a potato salad a go-to move at a barbecue? I don't think so. I don't think so. You don't need potato salad. Sorry. I mean, when you get there, you get to your relatives, you're hanging out with them, you go for the burger, go for the dog, go for the deviled egg, you go for mac and cheese, barbecue, baked beans, but potato salad doesn't need to be there. Doesn't need to be there. So anyway, guys, like I said, this has been a great. But again, before I wrap up, who do you guys see going to be a dynasty team? Because like I said, from when I look into a sight glass, I look into the crystal ball. For me now, I think the Flyers are going to be your next dynasty team. If Mechkov is everything they say he is, and he's head and shoulders above the KHL, bring him in. Hopefully, you can carry that over to here, and all the Flyers would have to do then was just find himself a goaltender. They do that, this team will be fine. This team will be fine, and that's where I think the Flyers are heading. I have full belief in Danny Briere and Keith Jones. They shocked the world last year, getting rid of some old pieces that weren't fitting, got plugged and played the pieces that were. Guys who are listening to John Tortorella's message. I thought they did a good job. And soon, the NHL draft will be coming up. The Flyers own the 12th pick in the draft. Curious to know what Danny Briere does. But, this has been fun. This has been a great show. Flying solo. I want to say thank you, Phil, for inviting me into the show and having me run for you, sir. And wherever you're at right now, I hope you're having a safe day. I hope everyone has a safe Tuesday morning. So for me, Pat Bernard, I'm going to wrap up the show. Again, guys, you can follow me on X at Pat from Ambler. You guys give me a follow there. Highly appreciate it. Or on TikTok as The Gobbler. Really, really appreciate that one too. So, guys, thank you so much. And again, Edge of Philly Sports, loaded week again. Phil will be in here tomorrow with his, doing a show from 8 a.m. on time. Don't like me. Don't get stuck in traffic. Phil will be here doing his show with you guys at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. And I will be back to my duties Thursday night, talking Attacking Third, talking Union soccer. Union have a big matchup tomorrow night against Tirana. So we'll see if they can bounce back into the win column at home, because they've been sloppy at home as losing 4 straight at home. They need to fix that. So anyway, guys, me, Pat Bernard, I want to say thank you so much. Thanks for giving me your time. For all of you who chimed in, thanks so much. Sandman, Carol, I want to say thank you. And guys, have a great morning.